I have Robbie Racing, Mountain Dew, and shortly we should have the Booger McFarlane himself, Mr. Nannerbread NRG. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
You're not the one supposed to say hello, boys. You're just supposed to say hi, Robbie. Sorry.
Hi, Robbie.
He lives over an ocean. Sometimes the thinking surpasses him a little bit, but he'll get it here eventually. We hope. We got a good one for you tonight. Preset Xfinity going to start here momentarily as they're finishing up qualifying. We are going to Iowa, hence the name. I owe ya a good one. Yeah, Preset Xfinity at Iowa. We got a tight points battle. What are you guys looking at as your keys to victories? Start with you, Mountain Dew.
Just save tires if you can, and save fuel. I mean, we've seen it in the other two races, in the trucks and in the cup cars. You know, and if you're faster, go to the high side, and wreck the leader.
Oh, that sounds interesting right there. Yeah, 3 times tire weight.
50% racing.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so like I was mentioning, tight points battle. Here in the Preset Xfinity, we have probably your dad leading the field with 204 points. Right behind him, Captain Jack has 203. So there's a 1-point difference between first and second. But don't count out Young Boy. He's 10 points behind Captain Jack. He has 193 points. After that, you have Dimebacks, HMS. Unfortunately, OKC Mex is no longer here. I think Puddin dropped him just so he could get a free spot and move up to 6th. But yeah, so there's some tight point battle all the way across here in Season 4.5. Over to you, Robbie, with which of those drivers that I just mentioned do you look at as being one of the top competitors here tonight?
I reckon here at Iowa it's definitely going to be Captain Jack. He's going to be one to watch out for.
Yeah, that's hard to disagree. Captain Jack, he's been very fast, especially at that road course. Man, he was killing it.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I've never seen a guy just take a preset and, like, I've run in a custom, and he's been, like, right on my, backside. That's all I can say, because I'm not allowed to say the other word, but, you know, he's
See, you're learning already.
Yeah, it's a good driver all round. The only issue with him is he doesn't know when to shut up. But apart from that, he's a decent guy.
Sounds like me.
Captain Jack, if you're listening sometime when you're in the chat with Robbie Racing, just mute him and he'll think you shut up and learn. So, yeah. Yeah, Puddin' right there, notifications. Sorry, like an idiot, I never shut them off. Captain Jack filling in Puddin' right now on how this race is set to be run. We are 4 minutes away from going green flag. Usually we try not to delay so long. But Puddin's new at setting up the lobby, so bear with him just a minute. He's usually the talker, not the setup guy.
Yeah, that's very true. It's just a shame that, you know, Puddin can't organise a lobby as fast as he runs his mouth, but, you know, Puddin's definitely going to be one to watch out for tonight, and I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on him. He's a good buddy of mine. He's actually, you can't hear him right now, but he's definitely giving me some stick, that's fair to say.
Yeah, so a couple interesting facts here about Iowa. You have an inside groove, you have an outside groove, and you have the spin out groove. The middle groove is actually really, really fast here. I used it a lot last night. I stayed off the yellow line the best I could. I don't want to catch the apron and shoot myself up to that seam. However, that middle groove, if you do drift up too high, and or if you're trying to be on the outside and you go a little bit too low, there's a seam right there separating the two. If you catch that, it will spin your car out, and I think that's going to be a huge factor here tonight, especially in these presets.
What about you, Tay? Who do you think's a potential winner for tonight's race?
I'm going to go with whatever car finishes first. I'm going to pick them. I'm just going to wait until they cross and then pick them. But no, honestly, Iowa is a track that's made for the upset. You know, El Succo won last night, but with the upset, I was leading a lot of laps out there. You had the fuel conservation. We've had in the preset, we've had Blakey T was up front a whole lot. He didn't get the W, but he was up front a whole lot, and he's got no victories this season. So I'm going to go with anybody outside the top 4 in points is actually who I'm looking at as being the race winner here tonight.
Matt, Andy, you're awful quiet over there. Are you still munching on those crisps of yours?
I was.
Yeah.
Whew. I don't know. I don't even remember who's in this. But if I had to pick anyone, I think I'm going to. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Dimebags. He's been pretty quiet this season, so I think I'm going to go with him, my former teammate.
I like it. Out there in the YouTube land, we got UK Wildcats, RJ Smitty, Anthony Karf, Chris Pendle, Gabe Delgado out there, Paw Bears out there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Wildcats, don't be correcting me out there. I think it's time for you to go to bed. Paw Bears cheering for Puddin'. Puddin' has one fan in all of Giggity, so that's cool. Thank you, Paw Bear, for making Puddin' feel good tonight.
Woohoo!
You didn't hear it, but he just gave a glorious shout to know that he has a fan. So, yep, you just made his whole night, regardless of how he finishes. Where are we sitting at on time there, Puddin'?
1 minute.
1 minute. Smitty out there said he lagged out with 20 to go. Also known as he did not win the race, just in case anybody was trying to put the 2 and 2 together. He was having a great time, and then with 20 to go, he was no longer having a good time at all. So that's unfortunate. Out there, we've also heard speeding on pit road. This is a very tricky track to get on a pit road. Some people get it, you want to go into pit road as fast as you possibly can, and some people will drop down on the backstretch, enter the apron before the corner, and if you do that, you're probably going to lose a little bit of time, but you're going to actually get on the pit road properly, compared to those that are going to push the issue, try to block the brakes, middle of the corner, turn in. They're probably going to get a pit road speeding penalty, and so even though they got on as quick as they possibly could, they still lost 15 seconds just because they sped. So it's a really tricky fine line there on getting on and off pit road.
So you're trying to say that you're calling Iowa Richmond's redheaded stepchild?
So actually, yeah, I mean, Iowa is nothing but I mean, it's just a shorter version of Richmond. It's a very difficult track. It's a very technical driver's style track. It's not using the draft hardly at all. You got to look out. You're around other cars almost the whole race. So it's difficult.
All right, good luck, buddy.
10 seconds.
I'm gonna blue screen right now, try to take an invite. This might be a little too soon and I might end up racing with him, so we'll find out here in just a second. I think we're good to go. Ooh, a driver I forgot about, old Coach Matt.
Oh, lordy.
He actually got the pole, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not top 4 in points, so he is one of my picks. Here's the starting lineup, guys. Captain Jack 2nd, Young Boy Terrell is 5th. Probably your dad starts 3rd, and 4th is Papa Musa, another driver that I had forgotten about. But let's forget about the starting lineup and get in here on the action so that you guys can see the drivers. Trinity Knight out there cheering for the wrong team. He said, let's go Team Shin. Unfortunately for you, bub, there's 0 drivers for Team Shin out there in this race. So if that's who you're picking, you're probably going to be disappointed. But yeah, Underdogs, I think they have a car called Puddin'. You can jump on that bandwagon.
I totally forgot about Coach Matt. He's going to be pretty quick here. Oh my goodness, they fanned out. They're 5 wide! Just kidding.
I did not see the 5 wide. I'm seeing Coach Matt in the lead, and Captain Jack went from the top to the bottom drastically to try to get that lead from Coach Matt, as Captain Jack is in the 21, Coach Matt in the 23. Yes, that looks like they're sitting 1 and 2, but that is not how they started. They started just 1 and 2 on the opposite direction, 23 on the inside. Captain Jack looks like he's going to get the lead as they come off of 2 here. Here comes Papa Musa in the 00. Over to you, Robbie.
Yeah, I've just literally managed to get on board. Just watching.
Oh, 23 on the apron, goes around. Coach Matt goes around in front of the field, collects the 08 of somebody.
Is that going to be a caution?
Caution.
looks like it's staying green. Oh man.
Nope, it stayed green.
That is horrible if you are Coach Matt. If you're Captain Jack, that's a blessing in disguise, as you've got a pretty good lead here over probably your dad and Papa Musa, and the fastest car on the track via qualifying is no longer in contention right here, so that really stinks.
Another guy I forgot to mention as well, you know, Matt BW, he's one of those that normally sits in the background and then out of nowhere, towards the end of the race, he's just there within the top 5.
That's Matt BW there on your TV screens or phone screens or tablet or whatever electronic device you've decided to watch Giggity Racing League with tonight. Matt BW in that 51 Chevy Camaro racing for No Pit Pendle. Actually, I don't even know what his team name is anymore. His name is switched over to No Shift Pendle, and I don't know what his team name is anymore. There's Puddin' in the 07, Dimebag's in the 1. He's going slow in this back part of the track. He and Coach Matt way back. I'm wondering if fuel strategy might be in his game plan. 35 of fast lane. And now let's get back to your leader up here with I Am Captain Jack. Oh, Pendle said it's No Shift Motorsports. Thank you for that. Forgot that you were watching.
Oh yeah, I did the outlet for that. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, good job, Mr. Artwork. Don't even remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Matt BW looking for 4th as he's trying to get, I believe that's young boy Terrell in the 20.
Brenda's Beaver.
That's the newest underdog, as Puddin is going under HMS. Brenda's Beaver right behind him. But I'm riding up here with young boy Terrell. No action there, so let's get back to that action. HMS on the outside of Puddin. Here comes both Underdog Motorsports and those 07 to 08 Chevy Camaro. Puddin makes the move, slides up, gets in front of the 19. Brenda's Beaver down below. Looks like they were going to go 3 wide. HMS thinks better and lifts.
That was definitely a good move by Puddin there. He spent the whole beginning of this race going HWH, and then he took the inside and then caught up to HMS, and then just got that position there like that. Back to you, Cotton.
To who?
Cotton. Oh, I'm sorry. Cotton.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Riding along here with the 08 of Brenda's Beaver as he's on the inside of Puddin. Brenda's Beaver, this is his first race. He was actually signed to Underdogs 2 weeks ago from the development. Since then, he's had a few things come up where he has been unable to race. I'm seeing a little bit of lag on my screen out of that 08. I don't know if that's just my screen or if they're seeing it on the track, but definitely something to keep an eye on here later, as now HMS trying to get back under Puddin himself in that 19 yellow Toyota, whatever. What's it? Celica now?
Lead.
Probably your dad takes it in the 7 mayonnaise car.
I missed that car. Oh, we got an inner sighting. Holy moly.
Whoa.
Must have fell asleep.
Dad? What are the odds of that? As probably NRG's dad takes the lead, NRG joins the booth. He is here now.
Well, that's weird, because I just got off the phone with my dad. I just got home from work not too long ago, and I hadn't talked to him in a while, so I decided to give him a call. Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, you should have a couple invites.
Yeah,
Yeah, also, are you on Always Allow?
should be.
Can you guys hear NRG out there in the YouTube land?
Burger McFarland says that if you can hear me, there's a good chance that my party settings are to always allow.
Facts. And if you did not hear that, then there's a good chance it's not.
UK says unfortunately.
Oh,
Bedtime. Bedtime already.
By the way, we do, I'll talk to you guys after this race, but there's a name for the custom race already.
The bedtime?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know if he was telling me to suggest it, or if he already suggested it to me.
I've heard nothing of it. Just a lucky
Oh,
guess.
okay.
Dimebags in the one car has already gone a lap down. That's unfortunate. Like I said, I think he's on a different strategy than the whole rest of the field, and he's out here saving fuel. That's what it looks like, as I have not seen him push the gas pedal yet since turn 1, lap 1. So Captain Jack looks like he's headed to pit road now in that 21 Chevy Camaro.
There's a few of them.
I'm gonna guess that that he might be on that K-Taddy and NoCo strat that was seen last night, which was absolutely dreadful.
You mean winning stages and collecting points? Yeah, absolutely horrible. Papa Musa on the inside of young boy Terrell. This is for second place, as the 23 pole sitter Coach Matt, he's also now gone a lap down. Papa Musa in this 00 is having a good time. The 20 decided to pit. That is one of your driver's energy.
Young boy's on pit road. It's the first thing I've seen since I joined up.
Strolling through the field. I would imagine probably your dad to still be the leader. I don't think he's pit yet. Fast lane on pit road. Coach Matt still out there. Yeah, go ahead, take it, Mountain Dew.
No, just watching the battle between Matt BW and HMS, and they are loosey-goosey, both of them. Ooh. And the 19's still trying to make that middle lane work. I don't know how he's doing it, but more power to you, buddy.
As long as you don't hit the things, you can, but it's risky business. Either you want to be at the top or the bottom.
Yeah, we were speaking pre-race there, Energy, just so you know that there is actually quite a bit of speed in the middle of the track, but it's very difficult to stay off that spin-out seam that seems to be on the top side. It's really tricky, but there is a lot of speed to be carried in the middle. You get the entrance on somebody like you were diving it down to the bottom, but you also get the runoff like you were on the outside, so it's a really good fast line. It's just hard to hit your marks every single lap.
Yeah, I think I've seen everybody at least one time spin out last night. Straight up did not have a good time in that race.
Matt BW just about spun out trying to get to pit lane, hit that little opening on the backstretch, so he's straight up not having a good time. I'm going to try to find...
karaoke going on. Let's get it, boys.
Yeah, I got a phone call.
Our current leader is the 00.
Alright, I have it on probably your dad as he comes out of pit road. Give me just a second to take this.
00. Oh, he's on pit road now. Well, we're gonna see if his pit crew ate their Wheaties this morning. Probably not. I don't eat Wheaties. Wheaties are disgusting, first of all, and if anyone disagrees with that, you're wrong.
Our new leader is the 19 of HMS.
Good for him. Well, are you guys still in the first? Oh, he's coming down pit road now too. Are you guys in the first stage?
Yeah,
we are in the first stage. And that's the stage that comes before the other two stages, just so you know.
Wow. You know what? I tell you what, I'm so glad to be back in the booth after missing last week. I know everyone else is not excited for my presence, and that's okay, because I really don't give a damn. But,
You can't say that word.
Okay. You should have seen Puddin' Monday night. Puddin' was on one in the custom race Monday night. He was straight up having a good time. Everything was mixed whatever.
Yeah, he was putting it out.
Takes the lead.
Dimebags in the one. No shocker there. Like we'd said, he was not hitting the throttle pedal. The 7 of probably your dad was the leader. Looks like he's probably a lap down, trying to get back on the lead lap here at this point. I don't know if that's true, but I'm guessing.
You already heard it last night. I'm just going to say it one time. I am tired of these fuel savings. I can't stand it.
I agree. Unfortunately, that is a part of racing. If you can do it, you can do it. If one person can, especially on a slider, if it's something that I actually give a little bit more kudos to those that do it on a slider instead of maybe a custom, because if you're doing it on a slider, it's 100% everybody can do the exact same thing. Everybody's got the same gear ratio, everybody's got the same base setup. When it comes to the custom setups, it's a little bit different because some people run a third gear, some run a fourth gear. You know, you make your third gear so you have that fuel saving fourth gear. That's the typic to that. Robbie, do you know, did the 7 just take the lead, or is that just getting his lap back?
This is the battle for the lead, yeah, between probably your dad and Dimebags.
So probably your dad overcoming the fuel strategy of the 1 car and still takes the lead in the 7.
It's hot. Oh, Brenda's Beaver's back in the race tonight.
Yeah, we talked about him.
Now, with I didn't have a chance to ask. Going into tonight's race for the preset guys, do we still have the same 4 up top that we had? You know, my 4 picks for tonight, by the way.
Yeah, I picked all the other cars.
All right, cool.
I figured you were going to take top 4. We do have the same 4 up front. However, we have Dimebags lost a lot of points last week, so probably your dad 204, Captain Jack 203, Young Boy 193. All three of them within 11 points. Dimebags is at 149. He had a horrible week last week. Dirty Boy, remember, missed last week, so he dropped. And HMS is 2 points behind Dimebags for 4th. So it's really a 3-car battle for the points lead. As you just heard here, the last lap, the 7 car is going to take this one. Probably NRG's dad. Stage victory.
Typically, I would root for that, but they're not either of my drivers. So, a good stage win nonetheless.
So it was probably your dad, and then Dimebags got 2nd. Is that correct?
Yep, and then young boy Terrell in 3rd, Captain Jack 4th, and Papa Mover in 5th.
So HMS is the first car lap down then, because I see him where it looks like he would be sitting in 4th place.
Yo, somebody in the booth is blowing some fat clouds, bro. We get it.
That was my fault. That was my fault. I forgot I had my mic unmuted. I was like, I mute my mic to do that because I've already got yelled at by Robbie in another booth for doing it. And then I just realized I got back down. I'm like, oh, fuck, my mic's not muted.
Yep.
It, bro, you
And on that note, first person to pay the penalty. Back to development you are. Oh, wait. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm already there.
Yeah, that's why I said, oh, wait. Cross the line, not having a good time. Oh, man.
HMS was a lap down. He'll get his lap back.
He is the dog of lucky people.
Yeah. You know, if he was the first car lap down, there's a good possibility that he does get his lap back when the first caution comes out.
Booger McFarland bats coming out.
Oh, you already know what it is this Thursday night, boys.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Oh wait, that's copyrighted too. Dang, I'm having a bad night in the booth.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us. Every week's a bad week for me and Taddy. We just have fun. We don't really care about anyone's feelings.
Oh, Dimes just decides to park it. Says I'm saving fuel. Forget it. Oh, the 20 gets a nice little.
He caught the apron.
Hey, we saw that yesterday, but at least the 7 can hold the car. Did I say that out loud?
I couldn't believe it yesterday. Twice I did a 360 spin and carried on going.
We seen it. It was live on air.
No,
Up here for the lead.
There was 2.
Up here for the lead, we have young boy Terrell in the 20 Toyota trying to get into that top spot.
I tell you what, I will say something about him real quick. I mean, he's been solid the entire mini season we've had. And as one of the drivers on our team, he's actually the one that we communicate with the least. He runs with his own crew. He kind of does his own thing. He keeps to himself. But every week, you know, he shows up ready to go, and kudos to him. Very professional on the track, I will say, and we'll see what he wants to do going into the next season. I will be moving some people around, but I honestly believe if he were to want to mess with I don't know how much custom experience he has. If he has none, maybe. I mean, I honestly think contend for a champion. I mean, he's still in the running for a championship, depending on what happens between tonight and next week.
Yeah, so basically NRG just said a whole lot of words that meant nothing. But yeah, young boy Terrell is definitely in the top 3, has a chance at the title.
Who's your drivers in the field here?
I don't have a team, so technically they're all my drivers.
Sorry. Puddin's team, my bad.
Puddin and Brenda's Beaver in the 07 and the 08. I have drivers. Shin Motorsports. They're lacking some drivers tonight. I don't even think you're the only team lacking drivers. Actually,
I know Coke's team's lacking, or Cola's team.
Yeah, Cola has
lacking.
0 drivers here tonight.
He is does he really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I see Coach Matt is Noco. Papa Musa is Noco. Who's Captain Jack? Captain Jack. That's Cola's driver. Sorry, apologies.
And that's a solid driver in this series.
Yeah, he was an underdog like 2 weeks ago. And then Puddin came around. Yeah, thanks, Puddin. No, I'm just kidding. That was a prior. That's how we got Puddin. Man, there's a feisty little battle back here. They're going 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, fast lane, HMS, Matt BW, and Puddin of all people. They're holding it together. Brenda's Beavers leading that little pack, but they're all this racing. They're definitely losing a lot of time to the front 4 or 5 cars. Let's see, who you got? Is the 20 still leader? Dimebags is on his fuel saving strategy again. The 7 is leader, I'm sorry. Probably your dad in the lead, Captain Jack following him, and young boy Terrell trying to stay with these two. That is 1, 2, and 3 in points respectively in that order. Probably your dad, Captain Jack, and then young boy Terrell. So they need to finish at least the opposite direction here to help young boy gain some points. That last stage, probably your dad had started this race with a 1-point gap. He now has a 4-point gap over Captain Jack after winning stage 1. So neither young boy nor Captain Jack can allow that 7 car to get this stage win. But young boy did gain 2 points on Captain Jack there.
If I remember right, isn't this like the closest points battle that we have between all 6 series?
What is it, preset trucks, they're pretty close too. They're really tight. Yeah.
Those will be exciting next week, man. Definitely looking forward to it. And then I tell you what, these teams, there's definitely going to be some faces in different places going into next season.
Poet, and you didn't even know it. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys that we're watching here, Captain Jack, probably your dad, even young boy Terrell, all 3 of these guys, they've proved all season. Maybe they deserve a shot elsewhere. I also know the 07 of Puddin next week with this test season. He wants to put himself in a test subject, and he's going to try to run Chicago with the big boys next Wednesday night and with the custom guys. So we'll see how well that goes. But yeah, definitely. I mean,
3 positions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these.
Kidding.
I'm looking at these top 3, and I mean, I can't say that I wouldn't justify any of them being in the Cup Series, especially on the preset side. They're showing what they can do here. I don't know, like you mentioned earlier about young boy. I don't know what these guys do know about customs or how much they enjoy customs, but I know on this preset side, they're fast. They're some of the best in the game. And that's exactly what we want to put in the Cup Series. We want to try to have the best Cup Series preset drivers on the preset side and the best customs on that side. So some of these guys are newer to the league, though, and it takes that, a season or 2 to actually get your name out there and show that it wasn't just fluke the first time you did it. So probably your dad, this is his first season. Captain Jack and young boy Terrell, they've been with us a couple seasons now, ready to show that they're ready for the big time possibly.
In all 3 series, I mean, they're all good in their own ways. Our custom series, we have last night, surprisingly, I think we had the least amount of cautions last night in our custom race than we've had the entire season. I think we had what, 1 caution?
Yeah, and we had 0 actually the week prior at the Glen. So custom cup.
Well, the road courses don't count.
Yeah, they spread out a little quicker. It's a lot harder to get a caution, but that is 2 weeks in a row that there's been 1 caution in total with the Custom Cup. On the preset side, they had 0 cautions last night in the preset Cup Series race, and we're still cautionless here in the Xfinity preset. Mind you, there was that incident that probably should have brought out a caution. The 23 spun on like lap 2 in front of the whole field. That probably should have been a caution. None was called, so they're still cautionless, except for the stage breaks. That is technically a caution, but they don't count.
No, they call those stage breaks, not cautions like that.
The yellow flag goes out.
That's fine, but it's 2020. We can't identify the yellow flag.
End of that statement. As soon as you brought up that we can't identify, you're right.
You know, that yellow flag can be whatever the heck it wants to be.
Let's scroll through the field. Papa Musa,
We
double
got
zero.
the
He's in
leader
4th.
coming down pit road, and Young Boy's coming down pit road.
This is interesting. I was watching the top 4 there, and they've just taken off from the rest of the field. As I say, the HMS is coming off pit road, so maybe that's why it looked like they had taken off from the rest of the field. The rest of the field may have pitted. Puddin coming off pit road. All over the place is the 07 coming off pit road. He's struggling. Brenda's Beaver there in the 08, the 35, a fast lane
Great
behind
time
him.
to go through the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
As I always say every week, you know, I do question our intelligence in the booth sometimes, but it's all good.
There is lack of it up here. Speaking of which, Robbie, who are you watching?
Currently watching Puddin and Dimebags at the same time. I've got Dimebags stream up. Our current leader is the 21, I believe. That's the Captain Jack.
He is yet pit. Captain
Of the
Jack
top
in the
3,
lead.
He was the only one to stay out.
Yeah. If you're
Go
in
ahead,
second, but the leader pits, you're probably going to take the lead.
Yo, facts. I was just getting ready to think. I forgot that you raced last night, Robbie. I thought you were still in Xfinity, but I forgot that you ran like all 6 series at least one time this season.
Yeah, that's very true. I think the only one I didn't do was Dirt.
Now,
No, that's not true. You ran dirt. Not in 4.5,
Yeah.
but you did run dirt last season at least once.
Captain Jack's pitting.
A leader on pit road. When you get a second, Robbie, let me know who that's going to send the lead to. I'm going to guess the 1 car.
will do.
Yes, I'm thinking it'd be the 1 car because he did not go a lap down yet.
Stage 2 is a little tricky because it's the same. It's supposed to be the same amount of laps as stage 1, but after the stage 1 ends and the caution laps that you have, it actually ends up being a few laps shorter. So Dimebags was completely off the pace in stage 1 trying to save fuel, and I don't think he ever did pit. But stage 2 being a little bit shorter, he doesn't have to stay off the pace quite as long and or as bad. So look for probably your dad not having enough time to come and lap him or get back up there to take the lead this time by.
I will say something after last night's race. I struggled all night. I got home from work late, and I didn't have a whole lot of laps in the setup I ran. It was better on the long run than it was the short run sometimes. But even though I did end up getting lap down, I will say though, coming out with a 6th place, I picked. I mean, I ran balls to the wall the whole time. I pit every time I had to, and I mean, literally, if there was 2 more laps, I would have gotten to Robbie. But because I mean, Robbie, I don't know if you stayed the whole time or.
Hey guys, I got some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
I think the 21 lagged out.
No.
Or okay, this has happened before with Captain Jack. Oh, Dimebags is around. Dimebags spun out. Looks like he was trying to get on the pit road and he spun out.
And
Oh, he
it's
popped
a
a tire.
last
That's
lap as well.
unfortunate.
All he's got to do is cross the line and he would have won the stage. He's still
Looks like the
currently
7 just took the lead.
Nope, he's still the leader. All he's got to do is he's literally just crawling to get to the line.
I'm assuming he's ghosted because a lot of cars just drove through him.
Yeah, he's
pretty
dropping
confident.
back now.
I'm pretty sure Captain Jack, he's no longer with us. He has passed. He died.
Yeah, so
Captain lagged out. It's been confirmed. Puddin just confirmed it on the thing.
Oh,
He
that's
did.
unfortunate.
Well, I was watching him on pit road, and then his car jumped into the pit spot. So I'm like, okay, that's not how it usually works. It usually just doesn't fall from the sky into the pit box. But yeah, he's gone.
The reason I say that's interesting is because last week at the Watkins Glen, or was it last week, maybe the week before, we thought he was lagged out the whole race, and then with like middle of stage 3, somebody said he was still on the track. Everybody else could see him, just the broadcasters couldn't. So that was weird.
So did Dimes win?
No,
When
he spun out on the last lap. Come to the
Alright.
south.
Is that the
Probably your dad with the
the
stage
end of the
win, followed by Young Boy Terrell, Coach Matt, Papa Musa, Dimebags got 5th.
Oh, I guess I could look at that too, huh?
I
So
would, but
Young Boy Terrell in the lead again, but probably your dad extending that points lead yet again by winning that stage.
and here comes Jules Sand.
And it really hurts the 21 car too, lagging out like that. Sorry to all you Captain Jack fans. He gone. It's alright, I'll give you guys something to root for next week.
Yeah, so actually that is going to guarantee that Young Boy Terrell will take second in points, as with all these points that Young Boy Terrell has accumulated in the stages, he's actually only 5 points behind Captain Jack now. And so as long as, I think there was 11 drivers, so as long as Young Boy can finish 6th or better, he will have passed Captain Jack in the race this week. Right, yeah, so that's the information there, and then awkward silence once I was done talking, so sorry to the
Yeah,
YouTube
sorry,
plan.
I zoned out for a second. I'm trying to catch up on things real quick, but
I'm at.
Oh,
I'm
UK
actually just
Wildcats. Sorry, he gave us really good Booger McFarland facts, UK Wildcats out there. He said since Cap lagged out, he will not win this race, and that is facts. Thank you for that. I'm glad you got up from your
Sorry,
nap
Robbie.
just to tell us that.
I honestly think though that UK might be one of the smartest people, but I think it's because he gets too much sleep. He's usually going to bed or telling people to go to bed. He is the master of sleep, and sleep is good for the mind sometimes. I don't know.
On the track right now, we have a race for the lead. Probably your dad trying to go around Young Boy Terrell. And back into it after starting on the pole, having that early spin. Coach Matt looks like he's sitting in 3rd in that 23 car. So Team NOCO coming to the front after winning both races last night.
Good talk.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say there. Sorry.
I didn't know what to say either. I'm sitting here watching the 20 car try to El Parco his way to the front. That was pretty cool. I still can't get over that, Taddy. I love watching it. I think we trademarked his move at Iowa. You know, instead of going around, you just go right through, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people last night after watching the broadcast, if anybody out there on YouTube, you watched the broadcast, what El Parco did to me last night was absolutely non-intentional. He did not dump me. I was trying to hold him.
Tires.
He had fresher tires. He had a lot of
Yeah, he
time.
did.
I was trying to hold the bottom.
7 in the wall.
I was trying to hold the bottom
Sorry.
and make him go around. He chose to go down to the inside. I gave a little gap. When he got there, I tried blocking again. We made a little contact. He did not spin me out. What spun me out was because of the contact, it shot my car up to the outside. I caught that seam at this track. That's actually what spun me out. It spun me to the inside. That's what hit El Parco's car, and it sent me spinning up to the outside wall. So no hostility in my end whatsoever with El Succo. I thought it was a great move. Short track racing at its best, actually. 4 to go. I probably would have done the exact same.
Yeah, and that was one thing that was said in the chat was I do recall Noco telling him if Taddy was in that same position, he would have done the same thing.
Exactly. I would have done it, but I've never been in that position.
You know, mid-race, but 4 to go, you know, hey.
Right, yeah. I mean, if it was the end of a stage or something, I might have tried going to the outside or something like that. Again, there's no hard feelings whatsoever with Dean. He wrote me after. He apologized. I told him the same thing. I had no issues. I was trying to make him go to the outside, but he didn't want to. Well, I mean, he didn't do nothing wrong, so Can't park someone
Well,
for
it
not
don't
doing
matter. I
anything.
figure, I mean, you should park them anyway. Well, actually, I was going to ask. I don't have the stream up. Has he commented in the chat today about I'm just here so I don't get parked? Because usually that's his go-to on those
Yes,
days.
he did. He said actually
Okay.
that's his go-to every day except for when he's actually racing. So, yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't do it while he's racing, to be honest with you.
He probably does. He probably says it to all the people in the chat party with him, and he just doesn't have time to type it.
Oh.
So, young boy Terrell so far still able to hold off the 7 of Probably Your Dad. Papa Musa now has gotten into 3rd. I think that's still a NOCO driver, though. The 00 and the 23, I think, are both NOCO drivers. There was only 3 Fords.
Coach
NOCO
Matt
took the last
is-
one.
Coach Max with Cola, isn't he?
No, Coach Matt is with
00
NOCO.
Papa Musa is with
Oh.
NOCO. And
Right.
that was another thing. Last night was the first ever with Team NOCO, from what I heard.
Getting the top spot in both races.
Yeah, 1-2 in both races. And I tell you what, dude, that is impressive. I don't know if that's ever been accomplished. Now, I haven't been here for every season. And
We just did the
I still
teams.
don't know.
We just started doing the captain teams like this in season 4.
Season 4, yeah.
Prior to that, we were doing
So-
Ford, Chevy, and Toyota. And yeah, the Chevy team actually dominated a lot when we were just Ford, Chevy, and Toyota. So, but now it's a little bit harder to get those top 2 spots. Actually, congratulations, big kudos out to all of Team NOCO. That is an accomplishment to be able to do that.
I tell you what, I will give him that, man. I will give NOCO a lot of credit. He does pick talent out, and
He does pick out the fastest cars in development. Yes, you are correct.
and usually if them cars are, finishing out front, they're probably the fastest guys on the track, but not always. That's not a Booger McFarland.
I mean, I will say,
Actual state.
if you pick up a driver that's already faster than all the other drivers, you don't really have to teach them a whole lot to win races.
Right, dude.
Right, yeah,
Nice.
logical. Back out here, Probably Your Dad has closed the gap on this 20 car. He is trying to get the lead. I would imagine pit stops are coming up here shortly. For some of these drivers, it's probably going to be a 2-stop stage. For some others, it might only be a 1-stop stage. Back to the fuel saving strategy. People were mad at me last night for doing the fuel saving in stage 2, trapping a few people lap down. But in stage 3, I pit just as many times as everyone else. I did not do the fuel saving. I pit just
buddy.
I did. I pit with 26 to go. My last pit stop, I pit with 35 to go, and I pit again with 26 to go. So I actually pit within 10 laps of each other. So I did not do the fuel saving strategy there in stage 3. It didn't pan out well for me to not do that. Anywho, right, but you will see people out here that are going to try to do it, as we've seen Dimebags do this in every stage. However, after popping the tire and losing that stage, I don't know if it's a good idea, as this stage will be a little bit longer than obviously as the other 2 were.
And these presets, I will say, I mean, you can adjust the tire pressure, but depending on what preset you pick to start the race is really going to dictate the wear, because, I mean, this track, it's just as bad as Atlanta. It eats tires up, and the customs, you can kind of help the tire wear out a little bit more. But this is probably, in my opinion, the second worst track when it comes to tires.
Well, I agree. Yeah, this track's horrible when it comes to tires. This is a pretty
How
good
many
little
laps
battle.
left, Robbie?
I'll tell you in a sec.
Let them get out of bed and
He fell asleep, y'all.
I am actually laid on my bed.
Awkward. Robbie has decided to lay in bed and watch a bunch of men turn circles. Young boy Terrell looked like he signified that he was going to pit, as did the 7. Let's see if they do. Looks like indeed they are both going to pit this time by. Here comes the 23, Coach Matt. He is now your leader for Team NOCO.
20 looked like he came in hot. 22 laps to go.
Yeah, that car looked
42.
hot. 42?
42.
23, Coach Matt is the leader. Puddin in the 07 looks like he is in second place. Puddin's still sticking to that high, wide, and handsome. I don't know if that's a great strategy. It will save your tires, 23 on pit road here now. It will save your tires to go to the outside, but it's not the fastest way around. Puddin also on pit road this time by.
Damn. But is there really a spot to save tires at Iowa? I mean, come on, man.
Well, I mean, that's, again, you know, they've had enough stops now. They can adjust the tire pressures like Energy was saying, and as well as that, you can kind of learn a pace that you have to drive. The one car, he's got that pace that's holding these tires and the fuel great. The 20 and the 7 are outright with the one in between them. But, yeah, I mean, you can adjust the tire pressures just like Energy was saying. You can run the car at a slower speed. You can hit that high line. It's a little less treacherous on the tires. There are things you can do as a driver to change that. But does it mean a whole lot? Probably not. If you have to give up that much time, at the end of the day, it's probably not going to benefit you as you want.
Well, you know, I've been watching Dimebags. During the first stage, he crossed the line with 1% left on his right rear. The second stage, we saw that he spun out due to a pop tyre after changing tyre pressures. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do here in the third stage.
Yeah, he did what to his tire?
He adjusted them.
And then he adjusted.
No, I just like hearing him say pop.
Well, I will say one thing. Do you guys realize what causes tires to wear more? And I'm going to give you the answer right now. Because
You drove harder? Because they're hot? Yeah, facts.
I can imagine him sitting there giggling to himself.
He is.
that was actually a clip of D. Smith like a month ago. There was like some fucking I hate it here.
Yes, I'm off. I'm good.
Never
I can go to bed now.
It was bound to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you got as the leader there, Robbie?
1 second, but
Probably the guy that's in front of all the other cars.
I was waiting for somebody to say that.
I think it's young boy Tyrell.
yeah, it is.
The Dimes pit, huh?
Yeah, I think Fastlane is lagged out.
Yeah, he's gone.
There was a moment in the race last night where I was gonna think, or make the commentators think that I lagged out. I was ready to quit so bad.
Yeah, I was racing around you for a while when me and you were like all over the place.
Well, yeah, there was one time, actually multiple times, where we got side by side coming all four, and yeah, we got them in each other a couple times, but obviously,
It was like who could drive on ice better.
yeah, exactly.
That's why I said this track is so much like Richmond, but with the tire wear, and the slipping and sliding is so much like Dover in this game too. It's just.
Yo, facts. That is true. Dover is doo-doo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dover's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah.
I remember my first time being a thing.
No, I mean, I'm absolutely horrible there. I'm absolutely horrible there. I just thoroughly enjoy driving the track. Like, it's fun to me.
It was so much better on Heat 3. They ruined it on this game. And it's still ruined on Heat 5.
You mean Heat 4 redone? Matt BW, he got into the wall both inside, outside, and then back to the outside there. You guys seen it live on your screen. It looks like he's about to go a lap down as young boy Terrell's catching him.
I think it's fair to say he is not having a good time.
He's having a horrible time. The 51 car is not having fun. But he has beat 2 cars because at least 2 cars have lagged out.
Yep.
I tell people that all the time, you know, even if you're having a bad day, if you just run, finish the race, the odds are there's going to be that one guy that either rage quit, and or you're going to have the people that they actually naturally lag out, so you can still get some points, extra few points. And when it's a 1 point gap per position like we're doing here at Giggity, those 2-3 points can mean a lot come the end of the season. So even if your car's not running well, being able to just stay out there and run the whole race, I mean, it's really important. It shows your captain a lot as well.
It seems like Puddin's got a magnet on the right side of his car in turn 3 and 4.
The 51 also just hit the wall again. Yep.
The one just did the same shit. Stuff.
Whoa!
Oh man, I'm having a bad night.
I guess everyone has one slip up per night.
Oh, that's my second.
Oh, no bueno. As UK would say, go to bed.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I'm free.
Man, so I'm hoping a few more cars show up for the custom Xfinity race. With those two lagging out, we have single-digit cars on the track, and they're pretty spread out. This is hard to.
Morbear's actually going to be making a debut in the custom Xfinity series tonight. That's going to be interesting to see.
There will be excitement in the custom Xfinity race. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm pretty excited to see how she does.
Yeah.
I really want to see Bear and Paul Bear race each other. Like, that'd be pretty dope to see too in Giggity, but I don't know if that can happen in the Bear house. Or
Can you say divorce?
I was going to say two things. First of all, probably your dad he is caught up with Terrell.
Yeah.
He's on his bumper now. But another thing,
Should probably
Small
watch
Bear
that.
might be racing after this race. I just hope that the stream's not up, because typically on Thursday nights, Small Bear, it feels like she's going to pee her pants.
Yeah, she's probably actually going to be all over Old Guy also. We watched last week. She was in the booth with me. She could not stop talking about Old Guy and how pretty his car was. Paul Bear was up here with me actually as well. And Ma just would not stop talking about Old Guy. Like, fixation. I'm just kidding if you're out there.
That episode of Jerry Springer will air spring of 2021.
And then I'll be fired. Right. That episode is right.
Put in Miss Pit Road.
That episode comes on right after the G9 Gamer Deborah episode of me broadcasting.
That's gonna hurt that 07. He missed Pit Road while we were talking about Deacon Dank, and wow.
The 7
that
to
hurts.
the inside of the 24, the race lead. 20 gets into the wall trying to stay off of the 7. Looks like the 7 is going to get it as they go down into 3 and 4 here. But with the 07,
we're still looking at one more pit stops left, right?
yeah, oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
pretty sure.
I would assume that's probably why Puddin tried to pit, because he still had to pit again. But
Well, yeah,
I mean, I
leaders are
could be
still
wrong.
Going fast.
Yeah,
They're not saving gas unlike other people.
Puddin was not saving. Puddin was going wide open. He was in 4th before he missed pit road.
Well, I will say that Iowa is one of them tracks that you do not want to be wide open at. You can wall pop here, I guess, but Hunty's not in this race. And,
Yeah, so wall
if
popping's not happening.
Yeah.
Hey, how many laps you got? How many laps you got left there, Robbie?
Coming up to 23.
23 there, Nuke Bob. Nuke Bob, 23 laps left.
You talk about a beautiful individual. Bob is a beautiful individual. Oh, here comes our second place driver.
Good driver as well. Me and him had a hell of a race at Watkins Glen.
No, you can't say that word either.
Yeah, I can.
Dag nabbit, man.
Well,
This is redonkulous.
I really hope that you guys are enjoying watching this race live, because here in about an hour, this same stream's probably going to have to get taken down. Our language is foul.
What do you mean?
And when I mean our language is foul, I mean those three.
Teddy, I'm a rookie, man. Leave me alone. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I made a mistake.
Hey, your first word wasn't nearly as bad as mine.
Breaking
No,
news,
I
Coach
said
Matt.
the F-bomb too.
Breaking
Oh.
news, Coach Matt is also lagged out. Pole sitter.
Hate to see it, Neil.
So,
We got a
yeah.
lot of cars. I don't know if they're. Is there a
We got a-
drive-in?
I don't know what's
Movie
going
theater.
on, but I do know that Pro League's about to start here any minute, so we might see a few more of those drivers lagging out. That's unfortunate. I'm trying to watch this 20 car. He's catching up to the 1 of Dimebags, and trying to see where the 7 comes out in relation, because the 20 pit a lap earlier than the 7, so he should have the fresher tires and take the lead. And as I say that, there he's going around the 7 right now.
You know who else lagged out? Bubba Wallace last night.
Michael McDowell's front bumper. Assisted.
Back.
Yeah, and I think Michael McDowell actually was having a good time. Right, but Bubba wasn't when he dropped his front bumper off at McDowell's trailer last night. Please tell me you've seen that.
See, no, I was too busy. But hell, during the Open, I was on my way home from work, and then when I got home, I was chopping it up with my buddy for a minute, and then
Tried to race last night?
yeah, I went ahead and ran my custom car last night because as I was getting ready to
Right,
change
because
my
the
car at
lobby
7:59.
timer started at 7:59 instead of 8 o'clock. Sorry for
Yeah.
trying to get it done 1 minute early.
Unforgivable.
Matt BW. He's lagged out as well.
Yep. He was having
Oh,
an unfortunate...
it is Pro League night tonight. I forgot about that. So
Yeah,
rest in peace, Xfinity Series and Giggity.
Yeah, I just said it about 10 minutes ago, so I totally understand how you forgot about it. Back to the lead, young boy Terrell in the 20. No, absolutely not. You love it here. You might be the only person ever that writes me the night before a race to remind me that you're going to be in the broadcast booth the next day.
Oh yeah, I mean, other than last week, which I do, like I said, I apologize. Dude, I love Thursday nights. Thursday nights is more fun than racing on Wednesday nights. I'm just gonna throw that out.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just quitting and becoming a full-time broadcaster.
Right, dude. We should just do it every night of the week. Oh no, we can't do that because Puddin is the go-to guy, and I just like dogging on the Xfinity guys. You know, truck guys. I cut them some slack. You know, Monday night I tried to cut them some slack, but I had to make up for myself for missing Thursday night, so they didn't get any slack Monday night. I will say that.
So they didn't have a good time. Dimebag's now coming off pit road. I'm just interested, if there's only 20-something laps left, can these guys make it to the end without pitting again? And if so, I don't understand Dimebag's fuel strategy there.
So by the looks of it, I think some of these guys are actually going to have to pit again. If not for fuel, it's going to have to be for tyres, but Dimebags will not have to make a pit stop.
I'm willing to bet that, well, right now the 20 and the 7 are, I mean, they're gone. And
Yeah,
they're
it doesn't
gone.
really-
Guys, this is so much fun watching 6 cars go around in a circle.
If you blink, you will miss. They're probably going to turn left. And actually, this 7 is probably your dad. He is coming now. He's catching this 20 car pretty quick.
Whoa!
What?
I don't want to talk about it.
Woohoo!
A little derogatory.
What are you talking about?
You mentioned something about probably your dad. How do I word this properly? Ejaculating.
I get it.
You don't get nothing, Robbie.
Yeah, I do. I got it.
Right. Yeah.
What
so.
do you mean?
And so the 7, who was coming, is now all over the rear end of the 20 car.
Stop it! That's my dad!
And now he's to the inside of him, as the 7 looking to take the lead as they enter 3 and 4.
Yeah, probably your dad with the homemade mayo car there.
Oh man, what a coincidence! This is just perfect. What a situation to have.
Oh dear.
Don't look now, but they're
about-
catching Brenda's
Yeah.
beaver right now in the 08 car. Yeah, right. So the 7 goes to the outside, the 20 to the inside. Good race here for the lead.
We're currently watching the mayo car catch the beaver.
And guys, we are watching these 3 cars that you can see on the screen simply because you can see 3 out of the 6 cars all at one time. So yeah, this is a pretty good battle for the lead actually. The young boy Terrell and probably NRG's dad they've been real close this whole race. Just a little bit of different pit strategy by 1 lap.
Oh dear. I'll be back in a minute.
It's gonna go wham. Shut up.
Oh my goodness.
We were told we have to delete this one after. I just don't understand. What do you mean? Ma Bear's got some soap that we have to eat, apparently. Right. So yeah, the mayonnaise car catching the beaver right now. This is going to be lap traffic, but I'm expecting pit stops to come here shortly.
Don't forget, you got young boy Terrell just behind him.
Facts. You got the
We call
young
that
boy.
reaching over the side of the bed and grabbing a bottle of water midway. Is what we're seeing right here.
Right. Young boy is right behind. Probably the dad with the beaver. Yep. They're. Probably your dad led that lap. Beaver to the outside. Looks like he's going to let them go. McLevin said somebody doesn't have to pit.
Oh, and Brenda's Beaver just ate the outside wall.
That's unfortunate.
It's like that's one loose beaver.
No. Oh, man. Right. So, the 20 looks like he's catching the... I don't want to just keep saying dad.
The Hellman's car.
Yeah, right.
You're not allowed to say that word.
Hellman's?
That's the first part of that, bud. That sponsor should be taken out of the game. There might be some, 10-year-olds watching and they see. How do you pronounce this? Hell? Men's? Oh.
New Kebab said this is indeed getting taken down. I just don't understand why.
Why would it get taken down? Like
I don't
who's gonna take it
understand.
down? You?
I know that these guys were swearing and cussing earlier, but I mean, come on, we're just race talk here. Probably
Yeah,
your dad
I mean-
in the lead. Papa Musa on pit road, so pit cycle has begun.
Oh, he lagged out.
No, he's still moving. The car's still. Well, maybe he lagged out. Okay, so the 19 car, he's still on track. So somehow, with all this lag, the underdogs still have both of their cars, as do the, what's your team name? The Nanobred Motorsports or something?
No, it's just NRGM.
Cornbread.
Cornbread, yeah. That's
I'm
for
just
season
kidding.
5. You
The
weren't
double
supposed to
zero is
spo-
still there.
You weren't supposed to spoil it.
Putting wall banging. He's Hunty Wilding the track. Oh, the 07 spun out while Hunty Wilding the track. That's unsuccessful. He's not having a good time.
The wall coming off 4. Let the 20 get a little bit closer, but like you said,
Dude, the caution's out?
That's surely what the end of the race.
I mean, I see Puddin is still up to speed, so I don't know.
That is the end of the race. Wow.
Who won?
Well,
Probably your dad?
That'd be my dad and then Terrell.
So that will be 1 second.
All right, guys. So that race was brought to you by the Back Alley Bakery. Tried getting it on the white flag, but we missed that one. Yep. So one of the cars won, one of the guys got second, and only 6 of them finished. So top 6 for everybody that finished the race.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, usually, if you stay in the race and there's only 6 cars remaining, you're guaranteed a top 6 finish.
Uh huh.
I hate it here.
All right, so I got results there. All right, so we got to invite probably your dad, and also we need to get Pendle into the booth. Do you have either of them?
Yes, I do. I have Kendall. I think I have them on my other account. I don't have them. I will get. Wait. Why are we inviting Kendall?
Pendle is setting up the custom setup race, so I need him in here
Okay,
while that's getting set up.
Gotcha.
Do you have Dad Mountain Dew?
I sent him it.
Okay. Captain Jack out there in the chat asking if they can rerun Iowa. Just so everybody knows, when a race finishes here, you're more than welcome to go and practice a track that you struggled at.
That is, you can go to Heat 5 and actually do it by yourself now.
Yeah, true.
If you want to be lonely.
Mr. Lonely.
There we go.
All right, there he is. Hey, Dad, are you on Always Lap?
I am now.
All right, so you take this one, Energy, as probably your dad is in here after his victory at
Dad?
Iowa.
I don't know if you go back and watch the races, but I mean, I've been racing with you since Heat 2. I know you've always been good. Good win tonight, you and Young Boy. I thought you guys were going to have to pit one more time. We were wrong about that. We're usually wrong, so don't take any offense to that. But
Energy was wrong.
Whoa! But yeah, dude, good win. Overall, I mean, I think you won the second stage, and then you ended up winning the race. What was your experience from all that?
He swept the race.
Good race. Car was really only good and came to life in the second half of the run. Kind of only about a top 3, top 4 car first half. But the longer the run went, the better she got.
Oh, with no cautions, that definitely helps out. You got exactly what you needed, and to have a long run car at Iowa is, even on preset, we had mentioned presets being a whole different animal at Iowa, but to have a long run car, that is definitely something that you want to have. That will definitely help you put people in positions that you're in right now, which is first.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to get those rear tires not to buzz off the corner with about 5 laps in the run left. But yeah, good race. Had some luck on our side. See if we can get a 4.5 championship.
So I got 2 questions here. First one is for you, Energy. Is that where the go to bed thing started? Is just listening to you ramble on puts people to bed? But the second question goes to you, Dad. In stage 1 and stage 2, Dimebags was on fuel strategy mode. I'm sure you realized that as you had to pass him to get the win in stage 1. Were you concerned that could help him get a victory in the race, or were you just going to set to your game plan and nothing deter that?
Nah, I wasn't going to get off my game plan unless we had a caution or something like that. I was just going to try to run it dry almost every time and take 2 tires in the first 2 stages and then just keep running her until she's dry in the third.
Well, it seemed to be a successful game plan for you. Congratulations on your victory. I think that racks you up to quite a few of them this season, and definitely extends your points lead. Looking forward to seeing you in Chicago and possibly championship interview after that race. So good job, and we'll see you next week.
Appreciate it. We'll see how it goes.
Love you, Dad.
Awkward. Maybe no Hellman's car next week.
Oh, yeah, when you go back and watch the stream, you're going to get a kick out of that.
If YouTube keeps it there. Right, so that's it for our preset Xfinity coverage. We will be tuning in here shortly, probably within the next 20 minutes, to give you the custom Xfinity coverage. So stay right here, guys. We'll be back.
We'll be coming.
No.